welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Matloli Leo, labor law practitioner. Give me 10 minutes and I'll teach you things to look out for when signing an employment contract. Job description. Say for instance, you've been hired as a receptionist, right? And we know as a receptionist, your duty will be to answer calls, greet and welcome visitors and so forth. Let it be specific. If you need to ask questions to your manager, please do that because it's important to understand your job description and the expectation. For instance, your work would require front desk management, telephone management, and appointment scheduling. Now, if you do not know anything regarding booking of flights and so forth, please ask your manager. Be upfront with what you know and what you don't know because the expectation will be quite a lot. And I noticed with job description is a lot of people will say, but maybe the employer will ask them to do something and then they say, but it's not in my job description. I've mentioned before, what's important is the work or the request that comes from the employer must be reasonable. It will also say in the employment contract that should the job request be reasonable, it is something that you as an employee need to know that you are supposed to do. Remuneration. There's a lot when it comes to remuneration. You need to know as an employee whether is it a basic salary, that's the first thing, and then the second option would be a basic salary and a commission. Then thirdly, it could be basic salary with an allowance, and it could be petrol allowance, cell phone allowance, car allowance. It's important to know all the other benefits that comes with your job employment. Now there's another one. It could be based on a no work, no pay basis. Now it's important to know that. Those are the key things that you need to look out for when signing your employment contract. If you do not know, please ask the question to your employer. Is it a basic salary? That's number one. Number two, is it commission based only remuneration, or are you going to get benefits such as petrol allowance, telephone allowance, and car allowance? It's important to know this because there will always be squabbles at the end of the month when remuneration period comes into play. Deductions. Remember, there's mandatory deductions such as UIF and payee. Obviously, payee is when you are getting paid above the certain threshold. Now with deductions, I always say it is not taboo to ask for a dummy payslip so that you have an idea as to what are the deductions to expect on your payslip. Say for instance, there is other benefits such as provident fund or pension fund or medical aid. Please request kindly so from your employer to get a dummy payslip so that you can have an idea of briefly what are you going to get as your take home. Working hours. Now, with working hours, you need to know, is your working hours, are they from Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday, or it's a 7-day shift? So we need to know about that. A lot of people always miss that, and then you hear them coming for consultation and say, no, I'm working more hours than it was not stipulated. Those are the things that you need to look out for. So say for instance, the law says that if you're working, you have to work 5 hours and then you get the rest period. So remember, most employers allow that you have 1 hour rest period. Now, it can be reduced to 30 minutes, but it's per agreement with the employer. The other thing that I noticed that a lot of it's the tea time. Tea breaks do not qualify as a break in working time. So if your employer does give you, it's something nice that they're giving you, but it should not be calculated as a rest period for you. So you still have your 30-minute, depending on the agreement with the employer, or your 1 hour as per legislation. So normally your tea breaks would be 15 minutes or 30 minutes, depending on how nice your employer is. Now, the other thing that we need to know is overtime. This one is a very tricky one. Now, a lot of employees do not understand, or even the employers sometimes they do not understand thoroughly how overtime works. Remember, the law says that overtime is voluntary, so it should be an agreement between you and the employer. Then the other main important thing is the line of work that you're in. There will always be expectation that you should be remunerated or compensated for overtime worked. But firstly, the important thing is overtime is something that should be agreed upon, and also the employer has to give you reasonable time prior to enforcing the overtime. It can't be something that you're expected to work overtime, but there was no communication. But like I'm saying, I will emphasize that it is the line of duty that you're in that will determine if you're going to be remunerated. And then for people that are employees that are earning above the threshold, also they need to negotiate with the employers in terms of overtime. So it's not really something that's simple. Please get into a conversation with the employer, understand if you are earning above the threshold. If not, please let it be jotted down, and it's something that is articulated in your employment contract. We've come to the end of part 2 of our employment contract series. Please So 5 lucky subscribers are eligible to a 30-minute one-on-one consultation session with me online regarding employment contracts. So please like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all the other social media platforms.